the thumbs up, so.
Okay. You have to call them out for me.
I'll help you out. We're live, though.
Okay.
Forgot to do that. Well, ready? 1, 2. We want to welcome you back home. Whatever path you're on, if you're weak or you're strong, we welcome you. Whichever way you go, whatever you need to know, we welcome you. We've got to get the chance to be a smiling face. We've got to sit ourselves in a quiet place. We've got to live the truth that we're not alone, and we want to welcome you back home. Whatever crosses your mind when you spend all your time, we welcome you. Whatever you need to know, whichever way you should go, we welcome you. We've got to get the chance to be a smiling face. We've got to sit ourselves in a quiet place. We've got to live the truth that we're not alone, and we want to welcome you back home. We've got to live it. 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 Yeah, we've got to. We've got to. We've got to live it and get the chance to be a smiling face, and we've got to sit ourselves in a quiet place. We've got to live it, live the truth that we're not alone, and we want to welcome you back home. Welcome home. Welcome home, Unity of Tampa. Good morning, Dwight.
Can you hear me now? Anyway, my name is Dwight Wells, and I'm a proud member of Unity of Tampa. I'm proud to be here this morning with this beautiful group, and also to all those that are sitting at home, maybe having a nice cup of coffee, listening to us. That's right. So things are moving along beautifully, I think, toward our goals. One instruction that I was told that I better make, or I'd get fired from this job, is that, and by the way, my wife wants me to have a job just to sort of get me out of the house. But we're having a very, very important meeting for this church this coming week. I believe it's the 12th, right? And for those people that will be attending, it's going to be a Zoom meeting. So please, all you folks that are out there watching the way you're watching electronically, come join us for that meeting. Be some important decisions made. I think with the things we've done to date in this year have made our church stronger, and they will continue to make our church stronger. Let's see now. One other thing, if anyone is here for the first time, we have T-shirts out in the front foyer as a gift to you, and we would encourage you to pick one up. I think we've got pretty much all the sizes. We're also asking you to leave your name and contact information so that hopefully we can bring you in and have you come in the future. For those people that are members, the shirts can be purchased. And let's see. Where am I? Is that about it? Okay. All right. Again, thank you for being here, and let's have a great service.
Thanks, Dwight.
And
because this place loves him.
yeah, and by the way, with my help, the Bucks actually won a football game. I had an opportunity to talk to the coach at halftime and informed him that Brady, $30 million, had him throw more passes. And he did, and we won. Thank you.
Sorry, I don't have my mask on. I'm going to go around him. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody today? I'm so glad some people can come in person. It would really be hard to be up here without people. So I want to thank you. Good morning. Thanks for coming. And I also want to welcome our audience online. Hey, if you guys could online, could you let us know what you like and what you don't like so we have some idea how you feel? Fortunately, the people in person can tell us, but we would love to have your input. We're changing our service up a little bit today. Hey, Duncan, can you turn me down just a little? Thank you so much. We are going to change our service up a little bit. I hope you like it. We're adding a few things, and we're going to take a little of the formality out of the service. I think we need to be a little user-friendly. So we're going to do our best. I'd love your feedback, but remember to be positive because that's important. Thank you. All right, first and foremost, let's say our unity affirmation. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Say it like you mean it, I say. And let's read today's daily word. It's prosperity. It says, I claim prosperity now. When I feel tempted to wish for a more prosperous life, I remember my prosperity begins at the level of my thinking. I focus my thoughts on the many blessings already in my life and feel grateful. From this place of gratitude, it becomes easy to notice more and more blessings all around me. This awareness helps me develop an attitude of prosperity. I tend to my thoughts of prosperity as though they are flowers in a garden. I plant them in good soil and nurture them with water and sunshine. This rich environment allows prospering ideas to take root and to grow. As I nurture these ideas, I am abundantly blessed in life, love, health, and joy. And from Psalm 36, they feast on the abundance of your house, and you give them drink from the river of your delights. Special note here, we have a guest today. Travis has joined us in the band today, so thank you, Travis. And of course, we have Michael and Elliot. We're grateful for them, and Duncan's here helping us, and Michael in the back, and Emma's on duty. And Mark is going to do a special song for us today, which I was going to introduce later, but thank you. It just takes a bunch of people, doesn't it? Okay, so Elliot, this is you, and I'm going to, then Emma will be up, so I will let it be for you.
Yes, prosperity, right? That's the word of the day. And God is my source. That's what we're going to sing. Y'all ready? See, now Nancy said that it's me, but it's you guys. It's us. This is us right here doing this thing. Stand up with us, Unity. Stand up with us. Yeah, it goes like this. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. I'm gonna groove it real quick. God is my source, joy is my power, joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, joy gives me everything I need. Now God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Thank you. Thank you for standing and singing it with us, y'all. We so appreciate that. That's a really great way to start off our service, guys. Thank you so much. And now Emma is coming up for a little children's lesson.
Hello. Okay, so we are, like she said, going to be changing things up a little bit today. So instead of sharing the kids tip, I'm going to talk about what we did last week with our kids so that if you weren't here, you can go ahead and do this at home. And the great thing is right now we're working on a unit with Harry Potter books, which is an awesome curriculum that I have from actually Unity Village in Kansas City. And it's great because you guys might have Harry Potter books at home, or you might have the ability to watch the movies at home, so you can actually do this if you're not coming to church. So last week we talked about when Harry Potter went through the platform 9 3/4. And we talked about how that is kind of like a barrier in our life that keeps us from things we might be wanting to do. And we talked about how when we're able to pass through these barriers, we might find some good that we weren't able to see at first. And we got to keep trying. So you can go ahead and read that to your kids if you want. It is, I'll tell you the page in the book. It's pages 90 to 93 in the first Harry Potter book. And there is also a portion of the movie you can watch. And I'll post that on our website with all the information and the craft for them to do from last week. And this week we are going to be talking about the sorting hat. So stay tuned to see what you can do at home for that. And now Melody and I are going to go have some fun.
Thank you. Oh, never mind. I'll leave it up for Mark. All right. Great job, Emma. Don't you love Emma? She's such a fun person. I love Emma. All right. I don't know what happened here, but I don't see my stories. What is wrong with my page here? Okay. I have 3 stories, so I'm going to have to look up there and try to tell them. All right. So this young lady, Amalia, I believe is her name, West Chase. Sorry, I don't know what just happened, but I don't see the stories here. We'll have to wing this. So Amalia, she lives in West Chase, and she decided that foster kids really needed to have the next step laid out for them. So these are kids who are leaving the foster care, turning 18, and don't know how they're going to finally figure out how to be an adult. You know, leaving a place where now all of a sudden you're supposed to be on your own. So she has created a training program. She's having an event. She supports these foster kids, and she literally is going to have all these guest speakers and teach them how they can take that next step. She feels that this is something that she can do to help kids, and she's not even a foster child herself. So that just goes to show us how you don't have to be in a situation to be useful to other people. So that's one of our first good news stories. And our next one, thank you. So this is a wonderful situation too. This lady, she was in jail. She was having a really hard time. And when she got out, she decided to make something great of her life. This is local. And she is now helping with feeding Tampa Bay, and she helps hundreds and hundreds of people and brings food and serves food and helps them pack, and she's supporting our community by turning what happened to her into something great. And so, again, a great reminder of how every one of us can give a piece of ourselves and do something to make a difference. And our third story, thank you. I love this story. This is a woman, her name is Kate Scheel. She's a mother of 3, and one of her children is autistic. And she created a clothing line called Botism. And you can see in a couple of the pictures I showed you, she has really awesome clothes. She makes them all herself at home with 3 children running around. But the really great thing about this is these are autistic-friendly clothes. She actually had several kids, beside her own daughter Livia, try these clothes on and make sure for when kids are dealing with autism that, you know, they're comfortable. And it's a wonderful thing to do. And I went online yesterday just because I wanted to be able to share this with everybody. And the clothing for an entire outfit and a bow, every clothing comes with a bow, every outfit, we're talking $12.99 at its full price and $8.99 for every outfit she has online right now. So if you have children or grandchildren or you buy, you can see she makes fun, really cute clothes, and she's local. And we can do our best to support her. So anyway, I don't know the woman. I just saw the story and thought it would be great to share. So just wanted to share that. And Elliot, do you notice it's blowing freezing cold air in here? Could you maybe check? Did anybody notice beside me? Okay, thank you. I mean, my teeth were chattering a little, but
Based on the temperature outside, that doesn't seem right.
no, it
That
does
doesn't
not.
seem like it's functioning as
I'm like,
intended.
okay, did anybody notice that my knees are knocking? I'm just not sure what was happening here. Okay, you were going to get ready for a meditation, and then
That's right.
I'll be back up.
This lovely song that we've been singing to prepare for our time of meditation is I Am at Peace. And this morning I've asked that Michael play it with me because it's sounding really nice with his touch on the piano added to it. So we're going to sing all 3 verses of this morning, and we're just going to take our time using this to get into that sacred space and going within. I am at peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit, I am calm, I am still, I am doing God's will, I am at peace, I am at peace, I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. I am one with the Spirit. I am calm. I am still. I am doing God's will. I am loved. I am loved. I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. I am home. I am home. I am home. I am one with the Spirit. I am calm. I am still. I am doing God's will. I am home. I am home. I am one with the Spirit, and I dwell in the presence of the Lord. And I dwell in the presence of the Lord.
That was beautiful. Thank you. So let's just take that song and imagine our bodies just being calm and still and whole and loved. How blessed we are to be together in spirit or in person. It's only one official time a week that we take to restore our peace, which we can do at any moment in our life. But coming together in thought, in collective consciousness is important. So I just invite you to take a couple of really deep breaths. Help warm your body up a little bit. And as you just stay calm and still, your mind at peace. Just let these words resonate as appropriate for you. As I ponder my dreams, I relax in knowing that my highest good will be revealed. I affirm that I have the courage to dream big by just affirming that connection within me to my higher power. Through my faith in my divine source, all things are possible, regardless of any circumstances I am experiencing. I consciously become aware of the spiritual guidance that is available to me in this moment, helping me now to see my way clearly to the right and perfect path. And in that process, I bring my desires to fulfillment. I know and affirm that the road ahead is not always easy. But if I just rest and be calm, the path becomes clear when I'm not trying to control it. I just have to focus on my heart's desire. What is right for me? What is mine to do in this community? What is mine to do with my family? What is mine to do in life to fulfill God's purpose for me? The magical puzzle we're all a part of. We all have to play our part. The universe is an amazing place where stars fill the sky and rainbows take our breath away. Moments when I'm in awe and pause to just take it all in. Those are the moments that remind me to imagine anything I desire. If there's any part of me that is doubting the potential for possibilities to occur, I acknowledge that doubt by reminding myself that it's just my human side challenging my spiritual strength. That's when I'm able to finally relax into knowing that belief alone just plants the seeds that are necessary. Just my believing in me, my believing in possibility, my believing that God will lead the way. God's energy, it's an energy that surrounds everybody. You can call it anything, but it's the highest energy of the universe. And it's powerful when we tap into it and stop trying to live in our day-to-day minds that find all the things wrong in our life and in other people. Belief alone are the seeds necessary to grow the garden of faith that will produce my greatest desires. Let's take that in for a moment. With courage and strength, I step into this day affirming that my dreams await me. The light of God shines brightly on my life, and with my heart and mind centered in peace, I allow myself to take in what is mine today in the time that we are together. And I give thanks for this day. and the opportunity to grow myself. And I'm at peace. Thank you. So how many of us have ever looked at a rainbow and stepped in a moment? Come on, raise your hand. How many of us have ever looked at a rainbow and stepped into the moment for just a moment and said, wow, that must be a sign for me today? Raise your hand if you've ever thought that was a sign. Good, because guess what? It is. It's a reminder to all of us about the possibilities in the world. And sometimes we see them when we're driving the car and all angry, nervous about getting to somewhere we need to go. But sometimes it's a reminder of what's great in the world, the most important thing. And you're in for a treat today because Mark, as I mentioned earlier, is going to be singing the Rainbow Connection. No coincidence how we worked our way through this. So you may remember that song was made famous by Kermit the Frog, right? And while that's really a wonderful thing to know, what I want you to do today when Mark sings is listen to the words of that song. Because if you listen to the words, you're reminded of all the possibilities that exist for us as human beings. And that we need to have the courage to dream big, just like Kermit did. And what Kermit ended up finding out was that he had everything he needed all along. It wasn't something outside of him. But whether you're a Kermit the Frog fan, and no, Mark's not wearing the costume, but whether you're a Kermit the Frog fan or you love everything Disney, okay? The whole premise for both of those is the magic of our imagination. It's the magic. It's about remembering to imagine all possibilities. It's not just the, magical kingdom so that you can be entertained and get really fun food and spend a whole boatload of money. It's there because it reminds us to be in that mode of being imaginative and just playful and enjoying our lives. And there are three things that wishing upon a star and all of that magic is supposed to help us with. One is that magic of our imagination, but second is our ability to believe in possibilities, just like when we see the rainbow. And having enough faith that our dreams can become a reality. Now, all of us experience moments when our imaginations and inner urgings capture our attention, right? But sometimes we push them aside. We say, oh, no, that's not very realistic. Imagine me telling my family that. Imagine me doing that now at this point in my life. Well, you're never too old. You're never too old to do something different. As long as you're still breathing and able to be here on this earth, you are never too old to do something different. And I think I'm living proof of that. Because I told my husband I was going back to school when I was 57. And he said, how many degrees do you need? And then after I went to seminary, then I said, I'm going back to get my doctorate. Again, wasn't about the degree. I can't help myself. I always want to keep learning. I want to evolve. I want the opportunity to learn whatever I can learn so that I can do something with it. Find ways to be useful in this world. I'm not good if I'm not useful. But I have to keep dreaming, and so do you. But I want you to remember that many of us, when we were kids, people squashed our imagination, and perhaps some of us do that now. Child is supposed to be getting ready for work, bed, or school, and they're running around telling you this wonderful imagination they have about something they want to do, and we're like, all right, that's wonderful, but get ready for bed. Get your lunchbox. Let's go. But how many times are people telling us their dreams, and we don't hear them? and we don't encourage them. And how many times are we having those dreams and we don't encourage anybody? We have to be mindful that the magic behind it is that they're getting an inner urging. But the courage to dream big is about following our heart's desire. And it comes from in here. And as long as it's in here and not up here, it is definitely the right journey for us. It's when we start putting all our intellect and logic and killing the dream with, oh, I don't have the money for this, and I don't have enough time for that, and it's not possible. They won't accept me. I can't apply for that job. They would never look at me. They would never consider me. It's all our mind that gets in the way of the biggest dreams we have. And we have to be smart enough to overcome that. I have a great story I want to share with you. It moved my heart, and I want to thank Cindy for sharing it with me because it was just awesome. Maybe you've heard the story, maybe not, but I want to share the whole story. So I'm going to take you on a little journey. This is about a girl named Jennifer Bricker. Perhaps you've heard of her. She was born with no legs. She was left at a hospital by her birth mother. And no, can you not show that yet? Thank you. I want to tell you this story so you understand the pictures, but thank you, Duncan. So she was adopted by these two people, Sharon and Gerald Bricker. And Sharon and Gerald Bricker did not want to raise Jennifer like a child that was disabled. They wanted to raise her as a child that had every capacity to succeed. And they had raised 3 other children, so they knew exactly how they wanted to do this. They were told when they took her back from the hospital to carry her around in a bucket because that would be easiest for her. But they refused. They let her learn to crawl and walk on her torso and manage her own self. She was a beautiful girl, brown eyes, bubbly, energetic. And at 3, they tried to put prosthetic legs on her. And she absolutely hated them. She said they prevented her from getting around. She didn't like them at all. So they didn't force her. And she has lived her entire life with no legs. Here's what's amazing. She competed in baseball and was one of the best kids playing. Nothing got in her way. Her brothers made her jump off everything higher than the next thing. And that's all she did. She bounced on the trampoline every single day. She loved to be active. But her biggest dream at age 6 was to become a gymnast. And she was not going to wear legs to do it. So Jennifer fell in love with Dominic Moceanu, who you may remember was a Romanian Olympic star. She was on the U.S. team, actually. And at age 6, she began following Dominique. She was obsessed with her. And finding out that Dominique was Romanian was the highlight for her because she didn't know anybody Romanian. And in the small town in Illinois where she lived, there was no one who looked like her. And I understand that. I grew up in Detroit. I'm 100% Armenian, and there weren't a lot of kids that looked like me until I moved into the Armenian community a little bit, and then I saw people look a little more like me. But she recognized that. She had a chance to relate to this girl. And every day she wanted to practice being a gymnast because of her attachment to watching her. Now, Sharon and Gerald were very open with Jennifer. They told her she was adopted, and she had figured out for herself that her parents probably ditched her because she didn't have any legs. But she didn't care. She had great parents, 3 brothers, and all the possibilities, and that's all that mattered for her. She decided she was going to become a power tumbler. And when she first went to the competitions, she overheard people saying, "Wait, that girl's competing? She doesn't have any legs." But she said the joy that she received when she was tumbling and the way people supported her and cheered her on, and she was clear with everybody she wanted no accommodation for her disability, none. She didn't want to be treated different. She didn't want to be treated in a way that made her feel like she wasn't actually legitimately winning if she was winning. And so that's how they treat her. She said, but the love, the support when I did compete was amazing. They would always applaud and cheer because I made sure that there were no exceptions for me, nothing. At age 10, she was in the Junior Olympics. And by age 11, she was the tumbling champion of Illinois. It's amazing. It's an amazing journey. But throughout all of this, she kept following Dominique's story. And Dominique, you may remember, maybe you don't recall, you may be a lot younger than I am, but Dominique took her parents to court when she was only 17 because her parents had spent $1 million of her post-Olympic money, and she was suing them for that. She was also abused by her father, and she was trying to get away from them. So she was emancipated, but Jennifer never stopped following her. When Jennifer was 16, she asked her parents, is there anything else you haven't told me that I should know about my birth parents? And her mother said, yes, there is. Your last name is Mosiano. Jennifer's parents, Sharon and Gerald, did not know that Dominique was her real sister. They found out when the cameras flashed to the two names on the birth papers. During the Olympics, the names of those two people came up. They saw them. They realized these were her parents, her birth parents. Her inner urging to follow Dominique was real. It wasn't just about them being similar in culture. She felt that heart connection. And she was living a dream, but so was her birth sister, living the same exact dream. Now, immediately, you can imagine she wanted to hurry up and go talk to her and tell her, who she was. But she did it the proper way, went through the courts, made sure that there were proper documents sent, and a letter came in December 10th, 2007 to Dominique, who was now pregnant with her first child, married, pregnant, and she gets a letter that says, you have a birth sister you've never met. The photos that were in there showed a tremendous resemblance between them. And I want you to notice up on the top left is Jennifer bouncing on the trampoline as a child. On the bottom left are her adopted parents. And take a look at those two sisters. It turns out she had another sister she didn't know about. Look at the resemblance between the three. Eventually, she met her birth mother as well, and oddly enough, she was so compassionate to her when she found out she had lived in an abusive marriage. She felt badly for her. While the three sisters live in separate states, they try to make up for lost time. Jennifer is an author now, and her book is up there. It's called Everything is Possible, Finding Faith and the Courage to Follow Your Dreams. Dominique is amazed watching Jennifer perform. Jennifer's now an aerial acrobat. She even performed at a Britney Spears concert. She travels the world. She's an inspirational speaker, and she just got married a few years ago, and she's living her dream. Now, why did I tell you that whole story? Because there's a lot in it for us besides just flat out amazement of what happened to this young lady. What I want us to think about is what was important that we can take away? Well, first, it's the courage to dream big. If that isn't big enough for you, I don't know what is. If that story doesn't remind you that anything is possible, I don't know what you would need to hear. It's an amazing journey. Her dreams were not limited by her circumstances, and they were bigger than the reality around her. Second thing we can take away is she was fearless. Fearless. And how many times have we let fear play a role? Oh, but I don't have enough money to do that. Oh, that won't be accepted. Oh, my family may not like that. Oh. You know what? She was fearless, and so must we be. If there are things we want to do, then we need to be fearless enough to step up and do them. And step into the unknown. The third thing that she did that we all need to do is invest the time and energy in our dreams. Nothing's happening if you don't do anything. No one's going to lay the dream on your front doorstep. You have to be willing to fight for what you believe in. And stand up and put the time and put the energy and put the work. You think Elliot became a good musician, a great musician, because he never practiced? Do you think Michael, Travis, anyone who is musically inclined just gets there? No, you practice, you work at it, you come play at churches and anywhere that'll take you so you can get better and better and better. But you put the time and energy into it. She understood a principle we should all understand. What you give is what you get. What you invest is what you get back. What you put out is what's coming back to you. You don't put anything out, don't expect anything back. Whether we're talking about energy, money, anything, it all is about what you put in. You're not going to be a great piano player if you never practice, right, Michael? It's never going to happen. Jennifer also surrounded herself with people who believed in her dreams. I believe that's one of the most important things we do. We want champions. We don't want to surround ourselves by people who do not believe in us. That doesn't mean we reject them. It just means those aren't the people we go to. Why would you ask a person who's never written a book if you should write a book? I made that mistake. And here I am 7 books later, and I feel just as confident writing number 8. I made the mistake of asking someone who had never written a book, what did they think about me writing a book? This was back in 1995. And you know what they said? What do you know about writing a book? And why would you do that? Guess what? 3 years later, not only was I on tour with Barnes & Noble with that book, but I was already speaking on televised programs to 600,000 people at a time. I believed in my dream to do something good with my life. We have to believe. And Jennifer had unshakable faith in her divine source. Unshakable faith. Every path would lead to the next. Every door would be opened when the right time came. Yes, she pursued her desires, but the bigger thing I want you to remember is she followed the inner urging. You know, when you wake up in the middle of the night and you say, I've got to do that. I feel the need to do that. Honestly, standing here today is part of a dream I never thought would happen at the time it did. I didn't see it coming when it did. But here I am, full circle, back at the place where it all started. If it weren't for spending 13 years here, I don't know that I would have gone on to become a minister. It was Alan and Debbie who believed in me and championed me. They're the ones who wrote my recommendation letters to get into Unity Seminary. Full circle. Jeffrey and I back here. Full circle. You never know where you're going to be called to serve, right? But thanks to you, I have the courage to stand up here and try. and try to help us move ourselves along. With all that's going on in the world, it is easy for us to lose sight of our dreams. It's also easy for us to have our faith shaken. This was a week of shaken faith. But guess what? We're going to stand right back up and we're going to do what we need to do. Sometimes we make the mistake of associating faith with religion, but faith is what helps us sustain the belief of our hopes and dreams and make sure that they have potential. Faith is what helps us rise above every challenge, and faith is what helps us see beyond our reality. Most importantly, faith is what helps us follow our inner urgings and know that they have meaning even when we can't make sense of them. If there's something in your life you really want to do that you have not done, I want to encourage you to take Jennifer's story in your heart and think about what it is you are waiting to do and take action on it this week. And if you need a champion, reach out to me, because I love to champion people, to be daring and to do things that matter. I'll pray for you, I'll help you, I'll do whatever I can. Our takeaways: the courage to dream big requires us to keep our dreams bigger than our reality. We're not limited by our circumstances. The second one is to be fearless and not allow fear of the unknown to become an obstacle for us. The third is for us to invest time and energy in what we want to do. Daily, make little steps every single day toward where you want to go. Number 4, surround yourself with champions, people who see, support, and believe the best in you because they see the God in you. You don't have to know someone to believe in them. You have to see the God in them. And number 5, maintain unshakable faith to follow those inner urgings to the end of the rainbow. Our affirmation is, with faith, I follow the unfamiliar path to achieve my dreams. And our quote for today is, God would not put a dream in your heart if he had not already given you everything you need to fulfill it. And that was written by Joel Osteen. Now, here's a new change. While we're in this space, I want us to take time for reflective prayer. If you want to use this time to think about your dreams, that's great. If you want to use this time to pray for someone, like Patrick on our board, for example, who's having surgery on Friday to make his body feel better. So I'm going to ask you to just take a few moments with me, just for quiet, reflective prayer. Allow your mind to take every opportunity to hear what is meant for you during these moments. If words come up, write the words down. We see all the COVID patients, all those in hospitals healing. Can you see what it is you're trying to accomplish? Is it appearing before you yet? What action might we take? Divine Spirit of God, we ask for the strength to follow our dreams, the courage to know what steps to take next, and the faith to know there is more for us to do as long as we are still here. Amen. And now, I'm so happy to turn this over to Mark. We're very blessed to have him offering to sing an amazing song today. Thank you, Mark.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell, we know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La 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 la. Mark Menard, member of our community. This is the start to a dream that I have. Thank you so much, Nancy, for the wonderful message. It was just incredible. It was just remarkable. A few weeks ago, Mark and I made the plan to do this song today. And Nancy centered her entire talk around that decision. And today has been a dream come true, I think, for me and for Mark to be able to bring that song to you guys and to tie it into the message. And so moving. It's so wonderful. So thank you. Thank you both. Thanks to my music team. And again, this really is part of a dream that I have to, start incorporating some more people from our community that have talent, such as Mark, into a service now and then. So, I'm looking at you, Sam Messer. There's people that I know that we have hidden people in this community that can serve in that way. Well, not hidden, but some of their talents may be hidden from us. So, I just want to kind of put that out there that I'm interested in doing this once in a while, and I'd just love to have some of those people serve in that way, because this is a way that you can serve musically. Who'd have thought? So I just want, again, thank you so much, everyone, for making this possible. And awkwardly turn off the green mic there and get this stuff out of my way. And, we've changed some things around. Nancy, what's next? We're up again. Okay, cool. Pay no attention to the guitarist behind the curtain. I believe that's a great question. Alvon has been out for several months now, as many of you know, and he's been ill. He's been taking his time getting back, but I believe that next Sunday, Alvon will be back in this room playing the drum set. That's right. He is not into, no one, of course, crazy time. People's health obviously has to come first, and he's needed a lot of time to feel comfortable coming back. And, Alvon can be, he's a professional. He can be hard on himself. He wants to come back when he's going to do 100%, not 99%. So I'm really hoping that next Sunday, we've spoken about him being back next Sunday. So more to come on that. But look forward to seeing Alvon next Sunday. We'll all put that out. I think he's going to be here. I don't think anything will change with that plan. But sometimes plans change, so. Good question. Almost done my juggling act here now. Is anyone impressed that I moved all this stuff around while answering questions? I just want to know that. Thank you. For my next act, I'll tune the guitar. I've been wandering in this blind spot for so long. Every turn I take seems to be a wrong one. You can look around and see endless possibilities. You know all you need is just a little faith. Just a little faith when the storms of life are blowing. Just a little faith to get you where you're going. When you're inspired by the dreams inside your mind, but in your life they feel so hard to find. Hold that vision loud and clear. Then all you need to add is just a little faith. Just a little faith when the storms of life are blowing. Just a little faith to get you where you're going. Just a little faith. get your feet put back in place. It's really all you need, yeah, yeah. Act as if you do believe. Just know that you will receive. Don't give faith time at all. Just you ain't really have it all. With just a little faith, when the storms of life are blowing, it's just a little faith, just to get you where you're going. Just a little faith, when the storms of life are blowing, blowing, blowing. Just a little faith, it'll get you where you're going. Just a little faith, whoa, whoa, whoa. Just a little faith, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just a little faith, it'll get you where you're going, yeah, yeah.
I want to just say, if you would put up our affirmation. Thank you. I want you to notice it says giving affirmation and not offering, because I want to shift us into a different consciousness. We ask that you give of your time, your talents, and your treasures, not just your treasures, okay? So if you have time and talent that you can share, as Elliot invited you, regardless of how that is, we're going to have a lot of activities, and we could use your help. But the main thing I want you to know, the more you put out, the more that's coming back to you, whether that is time, talent, or treasures. And we welcome your giving in any capacity, because it's going to bring good energy for us and for our community. Please join me in saying our giving affirmation. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. Thank you, God. I am so blessed. And I also want to remind you that I forgot to say that if you know of someone or if you need special prayers, please submit them to us. And on Sundays during that reflective prayer time, if you want your prayers shared, we will call out for prayer for you or keep you on our prayer list. And we have our chaplains that will make sure that we keep you in our prayers. And we're going to do the peace song, and then I'll be back up to close us out.
Sounds wonderful. Let's all stand and sing the peace song, shall we? Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. 'Cause
Let's join together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, all is well. Amen. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the gift of your time, and I promise not to be so long-winded next time. I see we're 5 minutes over. I blame that on me. But hopefully you got something out of today. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week, and don't forget Michael Priest is here next week, and then I'll see you on the week after.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. Like a hot air balloon that can go to space. With the air like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'll clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Cause I'll clap along if you feel happiness is the truth. Yeah, clap along if you know what happiness means to you. Yeah, yeah, clap along if you feel that's what you ought to do. Here comes bad news, talking this and that. Yeah, give me all you got, don't hold it back. Yeah, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. Yeah, no offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why, because I'll clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Cause I'll clap along if you feel that happiness is the truth.